Yeah. Sorry, the wind over here is going to be over here, but my reactions to what's happening in Russia and Ukraine. The elections in Russia was unfair, and it was rigged. And we knew all along that, and we know it because the death of this rival, I think, was caused by the poisoning here. But it was rigged elections. The Russians deserve a free and fair elections, and we have to say that we were putting Ukraine in here. It just shows that Vladimir Putin, he doesn't care, and I have to say the elections was staged. All right, it was staged, and so he can continue on his war and his rampage towards Ukraine. And actually, you can see him in this wall pond, and the water's been getting really high. I think it's touching the steps in over here. But what I say is that the elections were rigged, and I have to say that the Congress needs to pass funding for help Ukraine to defend themselves. But if Putin wins, he's not going to stop there. He's just going to be he's just going to continue on his barbaric ways here. So the Congress needs to I have to say that the Congress needs to pass some more funding towards Ukraine, and I have to say that Joe Biden should hold up the bill and shut the government down if they don't pass a Ukraine bill, because this is really critical. Vladimir Putin is a dangerous man who rigs the elections in his favor, and I'm encouraging more sanctions and result of those unfair elections, and to up their support for the Ukraine defenders here. The last thing I want to say is to Russians. To Russian citizens, you're not our enemy, and you guys deserve a better. And I have to say the free and fair elections are a basic human right. That's just not limited to Americans, but every human in the world has basic rights to a free and fair election. And Vladimir Putin will pay a price for rigging the elections to himself for his political gain. And that's what I have to say. And to you Russians, you're not our enemy. We'll help and we have a Russian community here in the United States. And one thing is, we do not poison or hurt Russians visitors here in the United States. So I hope that Congress passes support for Ukraine, and for Ukraine to defend themselves. They're doing the great job of defending themselves, but with the lack of funding, they are low on ammo. And it's not just Ukrainians. Supporting Ukraine is not in the security for Ukrainians, but it's also security for the world. And I have to say that only Ukraine makes a decision to join NATO, and Russia has no jurisdictions onto Ukraine's decision. NATO is not an empire. It's a alliance that a country freely joins for like this, and that's what I have to say.